Guys, it's Calabian13 today and welcome to episode 18 of Transfer Teams. We have now... Wait, is it 18? Yep, we have now only got the last two teams, which is obviously Newcastle and Aston Villa. So you might also be thinking, what videos am I going to do once this series has finished? Well, hopefully my dad would have changed my mum's... we would have got a new SIM card for my mum's old phone, so I can use that for vlogging every day that there isn't PS4. So my dad just needs to get a SIM card for mum's old phone to use. Then I just need to sign in as me on mum's phone, so change it to my Google account. And then we can just do vlogs. So there would be 2 vlogs a day. So 1 to school
you
and
got
back
Liverpool.
And then I could get all my friends' numbers. So yeah. Yeah, and today we're doing Norwich. So I'm going to wait. I'm not even sure what the team's going to be. Actually, I do. We've got a lot of options here. It looks like a pretty good selection of players. I haven't looked at this list for a long time. Right, let's go through the players that we're going to be using today. So today we're going to be using John Ruddy. We're not going to be using Stephen Whittaker, Russell Martin, Sebastian Basson, Robbie Brady, Tim Close, yes we are, and Ivo Pinto. Then in midfield we're going to be using Howson, Naismith. Yeah, we're going to be using all of them. Howson, Naismith, Houlihan, Redmond and Tessie. And we're going to be using Embo Carney.
There's numbers down there.
Not Jerome, though. Right, so let's get into talking about who we're going to be using. So starting off with John Ruddy, who hasn't played the majority of this season because he's been out injured. And so Declan Rudd, I believe, is his name, has been playing, but now he's back.
I've done the 5-shot challenge.
Sorry guys, it's abuse. But yeah, since injury's been okay for them, I'm not 100% sure if they're going to get relegated. In my mind, I believe I know who's going to get relegated, and maybe at the end of the series I might actually say like what I think the season standing will end as. So John Ruddy hasn't been that great this season because he's been out injured and hasn't made many great saves, hasn't got any team of the weeks or anything. Now Stephen Whittaker, who we're not going to be using. And then Russell Martin, former player of Brighton. No, he's from Brighton. Even though he's Scottish, he is actually from Brighton. He's from Brighton. His parents are from Scotland. He's had a decent season. He's played as centre-back and right-back. Hasn't got any uniforms, just got his normal silver card on FIFA. But I think he's a very solid centre-back or right-back. He's pretty quick, so he can play right-back. And is a leader of men, as he is the captain. And Russell Martin, I don't know who he signed from. Ruddy signed from, I have no idea. Now Sebastian Basson, who I believe signed from Tottenham, I think. Yeah, Tottenham. I think he's a pretty decent centre back. I think I remember him scoring a screamer a few years ago for either Tottenham or Norwich. I'm not sure, but he may have even got him from Sunderland. But I think he's a decent centre back. I don't know if we're using him. No, we're not using him. But he's still nonetheless a very good centre back and does the job, is very strong and solid, gives away a few fouls, but is very good in aerial ways. Now Robbie Brady, who signed from Hull at the start of the season, scored yesterday for Norwich against, I can't remember who they played yesterday. And I think is a very good left back slash left midfielder, and I believe can also play up front. And he's a very good crosser of the ball, good set piece taker, and pops up with a few goals. Got a pretty good long shot. Obviously got that that St Patrick's Day card, which is his only special card. He hasn't got any informs on FIFA yet. Now Tim Close, who is going to be playing, who signed from Wolfsburg in the January transfer window. I actually did it right for once. And he's been solid for them. Obviously got that clean sheet against Man City. Has only got his 2 cards on FIFA, which is his Wolfsburg, which is quite rare on the market now, and obviously his Norwich card. No special cards. I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't know if you've realised, but he's got a very crooked nose. Not as crooked as Chiellini, but yeah, it's quite crooked nose. And I think he looks like a very good centre back, and probably is going to go to the Euros with Switzerland. And now Ivo Pinto, who I believe is from Portugal and is a right back, and they signed him from Dynamo Zagreb from Croatia in the January transfer window as well. He's not actually on FIFA because he was at Dynamo Zagreb at the start of FIFA, and Dynamo Zagreb aren't on FIFA, so he's not on FIFA. But he'll probably be on it on FIFA 17. He looks very good. He looks very solid. He's more attacking once again. Looks like he does the job, but he isn't playing. I think Russell Martin's playing. Yeah, Russell Martin's playing right back with Basong and Closer at centre back. But he looks quite young as well, and I believe he played against Arsenal in the Champions League. I'm not sure if it was Dynamo Zagreb. I'm not too sure. Now the midfielders. So first we're starting with Johnny Howson, who I have no idea. He might have been there his whole life. I have no idea who he signed them from. Has only got the 1 card on FIFA, his normal silver card. Is another surging player like Kante. Got a good long shot. Is one of the main players for them in midfield, and is very solid, attacking and defensive, box to box, I guess you could say. Quite good aerial as well, but I suppose he could improve maybe on his set pieces, because he never usually takes them. He's normally in the box for them. And then Stephen Naismith, who's signed from Everton in the transfer window, has got 3 cards on FIFA. His Everton cam card, his Everton inform left mid card, and obviously his cam Norwich card. He scored 1 or 2 goals for Norwich, and looks like a player that will need to be on top form to keep them up, because he certainly is a very good player. Is a danger man for them, and if they play the balls well into him, whether it's aerial or on the floor, then he will attack it and win any balls or something. But he's certainly a match winner, and is not like Howson, even though he is a centre mid. I suppose you could play him up front as well. He could play anywhere across midfield or striker. He couldn't play CDM though. I wouldn't play him there. He's not very defensive. Now where's Houlihan, who I think he may have signed from Aston Villa or something. I'm not sure. He might have been there his whole life. Who's got that St Patrick's Day green card, his only special card, and just the normal the non-rare gold card. Is a very good dribbler, got good skills. He's getting on, and is very good at set pieces. scores quite a lot of goals, sets up quite a lot of goals, and is a really, I think he might be the vice captain. Has got a really good shot on him, good long shots, good curve, good power. But he doesn't usually take the corners or free kicks because Brady takes them. But is still, if Brady isn't playing, will take them on his left peg, which is his preferred foot. Now Nathan Redmond, who's in the under-21 squad for Gareth Southgate, signed from, I think it was something like Birmingham or something like that. I think he's a danger man. Hasn't got any informs on FIFA, just that rare silver card, that right mid card. Very pacey, is very quick. Can get past defenders with ease. I think he's got really good skilled dribbling and can cause left backs and right backs lots of problems. But likes to cut in, got a real good pile driver on him. Needs to improve more on his set pieces though, he doesn't really take them. And he sits on the bench way too much, even though he's a very, very decent player. Now Alexander Tete, who's injured for the rest of the season and is a very good player. He was born in somewhere in Africa, but then he decided to play for Norway, and Norway, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, made it to the Euros. They might have though, I'm not sure. Most CDMs are quite attacking, but this one like full on defensive. He can't shoot. He scores a few good goals. He scored against Man United earlier in the season, but I suppose he has got a pocket rocket, hasn't he? Very big physical player. Got a good passing on him, and could really play centre back. And is silver this year. He have no idea where he signed from, but and looks like a very good. I think he's quite young. I'm not sure. Looks like a good player for the Norwegian team and probably leads the midfield. Now Diamersi Mbokani, Diamersi Mbokani, the Congolese striker, is on loan from Dynamo Kiev. Striker, to me, just looks like a monster. He just looks like a dinosaur. Is a very tall player. Isn't on FIFA because Dynamo Kiev aren't on FIFA. He's probably on career mode though. I would think, yeah, he's on career mode. And looks like a good striker. They may keep him because he's done all right. But I would say he doesn't really fit the system that Norwich play, even though he's quite quick and tall. They do put the balls in the box, but for some reason, whenever they do that, he isn't playing. They're either playing Bamford and Jerome, so I don't know why they don't swing the balls into the box to him, because he will win most of the aerial battles. And then Cameron Jerome, who I'm not going to be using in the squad. So they usually set up 4-4-2, but I'm going to be setting up 4-2-3-1. So in goal, obviously, got Ruddy. Right back, I've got Pinto with Martin and Closer in the middle with left back Brady. And then on the right CDMs, I've got Howson and Tete. On the right, I've got Redmond. On the left, I've got Naismith. In the middle, I've got Houlihan, and up front, Mbokani. So sorry this episode is quite long. Remember, we've only got 2 more teams after this episode of transfer teams left. So please leave a like on this video, subscribe to Calaubian13. And Calaubian13 is out. Peace.